Another year. Another Pittsburgh Steelers embarrassing playoff loss. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I need to stand up and I need to say something about the Steelers. Because, if anything, Steelers fans view me as a hater. Only because I've been hating on this team this entire season. Saying that they're no good, they're frauds, I don't believe in them, they're not going to win a playoff game, they're going to lose 4 straight to end of the year, all that stuff. And I don't even want to take the pat on my back. I don't want it. You can take it. Someone else. It's just so obvious. Literally anybody could predict this at this point. The Pittsburgh Steelers show up to the playoffs and they get absolutely shellacked every single year. Oh, Mitch, it's the quarterback. Mitch, it's Matt Canada. Mitch, it's the opponent. Mahomes, Allen. Mitch, why do you want to see Joe Burrow instead of us? You got your answer. The Pittsburgh Steelers need a change. The Pittsburgh Steelers need to do something about it. I mean, how many years are you going to get to the playoffs, barely, and get annihilated? How many years? How many times? How many seasons am I going to have to listen to Steelers fans when they're 8-2 or they're 9-1 or they're 10-3? And I'm going to have to listen to Steelers fans say, this is the year we get a playoff win. You notice how it's never even, this is the year we get to the Super Bowl again. This is the year that we get another Super Bowl, right? The stairway to 7. That's what it used to be. How long has it been since a real team in Pittsburgh had a chance to win the Super Bowl? A chance. The Pittsburgh Steelers show up to the playoffs and everybody welcomes them. Mahomes just says, he laughs. Lamar, he points at him. Derrick Henry stiff arms him. And Josh Allen, he runs him over. Like, what? The Pittsburgh Steelers don't deserve to be anywhere near the playoffs until they make serious changes. That begins with the coach. I don't know how many times I said this year, and Steelers fans on my power rankings, Steelers fans in my picks, Steelers fans in my videos would say, Mitch, you can't just say Mike Tomlin loses the last 5 or 6 playoff games and say that's the reason they're going to lose again. That can't be the reason. This man lost to Blake Bortles in the playoffs. This man has not won a playoff game since Big Ben was there. This man has not won a playoff game since 2016. The last game and the last time they reached an AFC championship, it wasn't even competitive. I recall the game. It was against my Patriots. Every single time the Steelers reach the playoffs, they get shellacked. I don't know what's more embarrassing, not making the playoffs or watching that. The Pittsburgh Steelers tonight allowed 39 minutes of possession to the Baltimore Ravens. 29 first downs. They allowed the Ravens to go 10 for 15 on third down. They allowed 464 yards. The Pittsburgh Steelers used to be known for toughness. They used to be known for grit. They used to be known for vigor. They used to be known for beating you down and beating you up. But all that happened in Baltimore was a beatdown by the bullies. And the bullies are no longer the Steelers. Mike Tomlin is an absolute jabroni. There's no other word for him. He is the regular season Like, everybody loves him in the regular season. Coach of the year, every year. Why? Because he constantly gets the most out of the situation, and then he gets to the playoffs, and you can't even say they're well coached. What about the Steelers is well coached? What about them? They didn't show up with any energy, any toughness, any fight. So that falls on Tomlin because he's this great motivator. The defense is vanilla. Terrell Austin is a jabroni. They played basically the same style, but like soft coverage more consistently than I would have figured going into this game. I thought they would be very aggressive. Even when they were packing the box for the run, they still got ran on. They're playing Lamar Jackson and they don't know how to stop the quarterback run or the read option. Lamar Jackson, guys. They're playing Lamar fucking Jackson. They can't stop the quarterback from running the ball. Think about that for a second, all right? Offensively, guys are dropping the ball to start the game. Russell Wilson, he's washed. We know this. But you got no run game. You got no rhythm. You got no rhyme. You got no reason offensively. I don't know what the identity is. Obviously, Russell Wilson was not the dude, not the guy. I mean, he tried, but he's just not got it anymore. He's done. He's finished. And then we got Steelers fans saying, Justin Fields. There's a reason Justin Fields isn't playing. He sucks. Get over it. He's terrible. Seriously. The only reason you would want to play Justin Fields is if you want a top 5 pick. The guy doesn't win football games, period. The offensive line sucks. And even in the end, Russ put together a couple drives there. They got a couple explosives. And the defense couldn't make a stop. Couldn't make a single stop with the game on the line. No pride. No hunger. That falls on the coach. Man, they're consistently outcoached every single playoff game they play in. Every single one. I laugh at Mike Tomlin Pittsburgh teams. I would laugh as a Patriots fan thinking about that matchup because I knew it was just easy. Tom Brady was going to throw for 380 and 4. Seriously. Do you think Andy Reid is phased? Do you think Patrick Mahomes is phased? I read a stat that Kyle Shanahan has 8 playoff wins since the last time Mike Tomlin won a playoff game. And in San Francisco, they want that guy fired. Think about that for a second. Mike Tomlin consistently gets outcoached. And how do you know this? Look at the first half results. Look at the first half games, guys. The results are outrageous in the first half. Sure, you can make the score look a little bit better, a little bit prettier, a little bit less embarrassing in the second half. But I've got a couple tweets here. Mike Tomlin never has his team prepared in the playoffs. The start of the last 5 playoff games, 14-0, 21-0, 21-7, 28-0, 21-0. Are you kidding me? One of these games was against the Browns without their head coach. One of these games was against Blake Bortles. One of these games, and then the rest of these games were against superior quarterbacks, Lamar, Allen, and Mahomes. But that's who you're going to have to beat in the AFC, which leads me to my next point. If you want to do shit, Steelers, you're going to have to get a fucking quarterback. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to suck for 1 year or 2 years. I know. Oh my God. I got to lose some games. Bro, we got to rebuild. We got to reboot at some point. This software is out of date, bro. What are we doing? Mike Tomlin running it back with veteran bad backup quarterbacks, rookies that are 20th pick in the draft, Mason Rudolph, Duck Hodges, Kenny Pickett, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. They're all bums. If you want to win anything, you need a quarterback. And you need a coach who's going to elevate in the playoffs, not get worse. Like, even with Big Ben, this guy was not elevating. Every time in the playoffs, Big Ben was scoring, mostly, and the defense would shit themselves. Like, seriously. You know? This was embarrassing. Najee Harris had 17 yards on 6 carries. They couldn't run the ball. They got beat up. They got bullied. Derrick Henry had 186 rushing yards. When's the last time the Steelers allowed 186 rushing yards in a damn playoff game? 7.2 yards per carry. The steel curtain is absolutely disgusted right now. Defense sucks. Offense sucks. Guys, they had 11 first downs in the game. Tomlin is a pansy. He punts the ball on 4th and inches, and he's a 9.5 point underdog. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I don't know who he's going to blame it on this time. I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. They've got to figure something out. They need a quarterback. They need to reboot. They need a coach. Like, people are going to blame Arthur Smith or whatever, but, like, what is he supposed to do with Russell Wilson? Like, look at Sean Payton. Sean Payton is one of the greatest coaches of all time, specifically one of the greatest offensive coaches of all time. Look at what he's doing with Bo Nix and some random dudes. And look at what Russell Wilson did with Sean Payton. It was not even close. You know? You figure? You understand? Capiche? Again, I don't care about the Steelers. I really don't. I just laugh at them. But every year I've got to deal with the same thing. I got to deal with Derkant in the Discord saying, Mitch, the Steelers are good. Stop hating on the Steelers. You're just a hater. I got to deal with Bodo crying about Mike Tomlin. I got to deal with Becca and her husband, Matt, getting all excited. Oh, yeah, look at that. We scored a touchdown. Matt, you're going to lose. I gotta deal with all these Steelers fans that think they are a threat to something. They're not. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, they're in your damn division and you're rolling up with Russell Wilson. Like, what are we talking about here? We've got Josh Allen, we've got Lamar Jackson, we've got Patrick Mahomes. You're not winning shit with no Russell Wilson, Duck Hodges. And you're not winning shit with Mike Tomlin. How many times does a man have to prove to you that he's not got it in the playoffs? Even when he had Ben, like, what? They had 1 year where they won the Super Bowl in 2008? I was 12? And the only reason they won is because Tom Brady tore his ACL? I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's probably the truth. And the only reason they got to the Super Bowl twice is because they had all-time great defenses? Like, Mike Tomlin's a defensive coach that his defense just gets shredded every single playoffs. Like, at a certain point, you got to change something. Because he's keeping you at a certain level, not allowing you to advance, get better. He's good. He might be too good for his own good. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I think. I think the Pittsburgh pussies should go back to Pittsburgh and rethink their thoughts about the future of this team. Because they were awful today. Absolutely awful. I'm out. Peace.